Good evening. This side Rahul Magan here as a Group Chief Executive Officer, Treasury Consulting, and also a venture capitalist. As we speak, Treasury Consulting is a multinational headquartered group based out Singapore. More importantly, operationally, we are a multinational hedge fund, which means we do have exposures in US market, European market, Asian markets, currencies and commodities. But like I repeated many times, our fund is a prop fund. By prop fund means we do not take third party capital. So whatever positions which we are taking is backed up by our own capital. So we are a prop fund and of course 100% profitable. Today I would like to cover a very important topic, and I will deliberate more on this topic in the upcoming time, which is my outlook on the aviation sector. You know that I am a person of number. I believe in research. I don't believe in media. You know that. I hardly bothers about media, whether this is Indian media, whether this is US media or any media. Because globally, media is compromised. That is something which I'm clearly aware of. And to me, media, it hardly matters. Today, I downloaded the article, which is a very recent article of 17th May from a website called Business Standard. Alongside, I went to the selective section of the Go Airlines India annual report. This is available on their website. You know that I know how to study the balance sheet, and I am the only one who advocates to the investor that you should be studying the balance sheet before you take any concrete decision. Like, investors never study the Zomato balance sheet, Paytm balance sheet, Nike, car trade, restaurant brands of Asia, and many such loss-making companies. And they lost it. Even in LIC, which is a profitable company, by the way, investors not studied the balance sheet. Had it been, they would have got to know Life Insurance Corporation is overvalued. Probably many times, I would say. See, it's been few days from the IPO and 68,000 crores of market capitalization. I repeat, 68,000 crores of market capitalization is washed out. And I'm not giving this number. This number is in public domain. So only in few days, 68,000 crores worth of market capitalization is washed out. And if this trend persists, probably for another few weeks from here, and the probability is very higher because the international markets are falling, in this regards, there would be a severe mess for Life Insurance Corporation. That's something very important. Now let's begin the outlook on the aviation sector of India. 2020, officially Corona came into the picture. Aviation sector globally take a hit. As we speak, the aviation sector worldwide is standing at a huge debt. And I doubt whether aviation sector would be in a position to repay this debt. Without quoting any specific name, many airlines of the globe either collapsed or they merged with the local governments. And this all information we have on the Google. But the hard reality is we never study Google. We never do research. And this is one of the reasons that we never aware about what the hell is happening in the system. In India also, the aviation companies are in big mess. Now, even if you go to Air India is in deep losses. I think I should not call this as Air India. I should call this as a Tata Group company. And I don't know how come Tata bid for this, but anyways, now it is a Tata problem. And let's give Tata 1 year or probably couple of years to handle this. We all know what the result would be, but let's speak after a couple of years so that Tata Group cannot say we might ended up this had you gave us the time. Let's give them a couple of years. We all know the financial position of Vistara. We know the financial position of Indigo. Guys, I tell you, in 2012, I traveled to Thailand for our official purpose. And I met Indigo gentleman, very well known in our treasury domain, on our trip. I won't name this person. Probably you maybe knew this person. At that given point of time, Indigo was having the strongest balance sheet I can say. Huge cash reserves on the board of Indigo. And I remember at that point of time, there is hardly any mutual fund where Indigo not invested. But today, when I look at the Indigo balance sheet, I look at the borrowings, I look at the cash reserves, I look at the bottom line, which is known as PAT, profit after tax, I feel despair. I feel that it is not the Indigo which I encountered in 2012 and 2013 during my official trip to Thailand. So Air India position we all know, Vistara position, Indigo position. The financials are in big mess. Look at SpiceJet also. And when it comes to the aviation sector outlook, I feel highly strange that, let me study for you. Vadia Group owned Go First plans to hit the public market by end of June or July, which is near about 2 months, you can say. The airlines got the approval from SEBI for its IPO last year. So last year, SEBI approved, and I have an evidence. This annual report I have downloaded from the website of Go Air. So this is not a confidential information. This is they uploaded on their website. So I downloaded from here. You know, I know how to study the annual report. Do you know, guys, the retained earnings of Go Air is near about 1750 crores negative. You heard me very right. 1749, you can say 1749 crore negative as of 31st March 2020. This is the negative retained earning. And in the year 2020, they reported a loss of 1278 crores. The story is not different in 2018 also. In 2018, they had negative retained earnings of 584 crores. In 2019, they had negative retained earnings of 470 crores precisely. In 2020, they had negative retained earnings of 1750 crores. I am not saying this. This is the number which I did download it from their website. It raises a big question. Of course, a detailed video would be on the way. Let me study the whole, once again, and let me give you a lot of information. The detailed study is that a loss-making company got our approval to raise the money. And that too last year when the aviation sector was in big mess. Our regulator learned nothing from Zomato, from Paytm, from Policy Bazaar, from Cartrade, from Nikia, from Restaurant Brands of Asia, and many other loss-making companies where approval has been granted. And even after that, another loss-making company approval has been given for IPO. I'm sure as and when the IPO would come in public, probably by June or July, as per the document in the public domain, investors would be investing. But me and my fund won't be investing a single rupee in the Go Air. And according to the public information, Go Air planning to raise 3,600 crores from the public. So a company whose retained earnings is negative to the tune of 1,750 crores is planning to raise at least 3,600 crores from the public, and approval has been granted. I am not at all bullish on the aviation sector. This is my outlook. Monkeypox is spreading in Europe and US. Please open the Google and check yourself. I am not saying anything. That's a separate thing that we forgetted research, but I not forgetted research. Corona is still intact. North Korea, South Korea, China, and many countries of the world are still facing the corona. There is a threat of having new variant at any given point of time. Third, the aviation sector the globally are sitting on a huge debt. And when we speak about debt, we need to understand debt is subject to finance cost, which means if you have taken a debt, you are supposed to pay the interest. Either it is fixed or floating, whatever. In either way, you are supposed to pay the interest. And I doubt whether aviation companies would be able to handle this stress. Indian aviation sector balance sheet is weak, very weak. I am not going to be investing in aviation sector at least couple of years from now. Probably yes, after a couple of years, if I see, the trend is changing, corona has gone, the economy is reviving, the inflation came down, the people have money to spend on travel, tourism, hospitality, honeymoons and all these things, I can think of. But from here till couple of years, which is at least 2025, I am not going to be investing single rupee in Indian aviation sector. I am very clear on one thing. I will continue to look at the balance sheets of Indian aviation sector and continue to do my analysis. Global warming is shaping up. US already warned about global warming. India is facing global warming. The Asian neighbors, without mentioning the name, are facing the global warming. I am not at all conducive on the aviation sector. But after looking this article, of course, I would be reading again in detail, would be making a lot of videos in that regards. One question is still intact. How come our regulator consistently approving the loss-making companies? If a company is not operationally profitable, having either negative PAT, which is also known as negative bottom line, or having negative retained earnings, then how come their IPO can be approved? And this financial statement as of March 2020 raises a very big question, at least to me. This is Rahul Magan from Treasury Consulting Group. You knew my personal number, 9899242978. I repeat, 9899242978. Have a great time ahead, guys. Thank you.